So welcome back traders to another exciting live stream. We are going to be analyzing gold and other top major currency pairs. So if you are just joining us, you're a new viewer, you haven't subscribed, give us a subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and let's jump right into the video. So we are going to start our analysis on gold, and I apologize for the noise in the background. Should bear with me on that. We should focus on the analysis. And as I said, if you have any question, you can live chat, and if there's any pair you want me to analyze, drop it in the live chat so that I can analyze that for you quickly. But we are going to start with gold. As you all know, we always start with gold. So we are currently on the 4-hour chart on gold. So the first thing we want to be doing is to mark out our key levels. So we are going to first mark out our support and our resistance level in the market. So this is our resistance level in the market. Price has been here before. Price has been at this level before, rejected. Price still came back, rejected. So this is a strong resistance level in the market. Let's label that so that you guys can understand this clearly. This fit the market. First mark out your key levels before analyzing the charts for a potential tradable opportunity. So after marking our support and our resistance level, this is the time to start planning our trade. So this is how. So this is where your key. So this is where your good trade are going to come from, the key levels. So this is what we are waiting for, is for price to either push back deep into the support level, and once we start identifying weak rejection, that's the only time we take the buy for a continuation up back to the resistance level. So this is how your trade should look like. Remember, trading is a game of patience and planning. You need to plan and be patient and wait for your trade to play out. Don't get impulsive in the market, because the reason why you need to take your trade at key levels is any trade you take in the middle, there's a higher probability you will lose it, and your chances of winning decreases dramatically, because price can either decide to go up or down. You are not sure where the market is going, so your best bet is to wait for price to pull back either to the key levels before planning on taking your trade. So as you can see, we have already planned our entries. All we are waiting for is for price to do what we expect, and we'll take the buy here, stop loss below for a continuation up. So this is how you need to be trading. Don't get impulsive in the market. Plan your trade and stick to it. If the trade plays out, you're laughing all the way to the bank. If it doesn't, you look for another opportunity. That's how you need to be trading. So this is what we are waiting for. So you can still scale down to the 1 hour and see the behavior, but there is no need for that yet, because we are still waiting for price to come back here. Once price gets to this level, that's the time we'll scale down to the lower time frame, which is the 1 hour, to see the behavior and get our weak rejection before getting into the trades at the level. But right now we are not taking any trade, because even though we expect price to respect the support level and turn bullish again, any buys you take right now, there's a higher chance price will pull back, stop you out before going in your direction. So your best option is to wait for price to pull back deep into the support level, so that you can have a more smaller and safer stop loss placement. You can see where our stop loss is. We have at least 3 or 4 pips stop loss. So your stop loss is below the level, it's in a safe position, and your chances of winning the trade increases. So this is how you need to be trading. So this is the analysis for gold. If you have any question, drop in the live chat so that I can clarify it for you. And if there's any pair you want me to analyze, drop in the live chat and I'll see what I can do. So let's move on to Bitcoin USD. We are going to still come back to gold. Let's analyze other pairs. So on Bitcoin USD, the trend is clearly down, but let me still use a trend line so that you guys will see this clearly. Price was bullish on Bitcoin USD, and once price broke below the trend line, the trend is now down. The trend is bearish. That means we are only looking for selling opportunity on Bitcoin USD. But to be able to take any sell, we need to first mark out our levels. You can see this becomes our support level in the market. Price struggled to break below this level for some time. So this is the level we are going to be working with. This is our support. Let's label it so that you guys understand this. So this is our support level in the market. We expect price to hold at this level for price to reverse once price gets to that level. So the same thing, this is the same setup with gold. All we are waiting for is for price to come back to a key level so that we can look for a tradable opportunity, which will be a reversal back up. So this is a trade setup. It's a high probability trade setup. All you need to do is to be patient and wait for price to get back to that level, that key level, that support level, before taking the trade. This is a simple trade setup. As I said, just be patient enough and wait for price to pull back to that level before taking the trade. So that's a simple analysis for Bitcoin USD. Let's move on to pound JPY. So I said, if you have any question, drop in the live chat. I'll respond to you as soon as possible. So we are currently on pound JPY, and price is bullish. There's no question about that. Price is bullish. That means we are only looking for buying opportunity on pound JPY. So the next thing to do is to mark out our levels. The last level that was broken, which was this level, remember this is an area, it's not a single line, it's an area. So this is the last level that was broken by this strong candle. After the break, we expect a pullback to the level for a retest before a continuation up, because that's how the bullish structure works. After a push phase, we have the pullback, then the continuation. So we are looking for the pullback to happen. Let's scale down to the lower time frame, which is the 1 hour, to see the behavior of candles there. You can see this was the candle that broke above this level. After the break, we expect the next candle to be the retest, pull back to the level, and this is where we need to be taking the buy, stop loss below for a continuation up. So let me illustrate that with some arrows so that you guys will understand this. All we are waiting for on pound JPY is for the pullback to happen to the level, and once the pullback happens, we'll get into the buy for a continuation up, because the structure never lies. That's how the market structure works. So this is how your trade setup should look like on pound JPY. Wait for the pullback, and only when the pullback happens before you take the buy. So that the reason for all this is so that you have a more smaller and safer stop loss placement below. That's the reason why you need to wait for the pullback, because even though we expect price to continue bullish, any buys you take right now, your safest stop loss must still be below the level. Don't try to cheat the market and place your stop loss here. You will lose that trade. Safest stop loss must be below the retest level. That's why it's advisable you should wait for the pullback to happen first, and only when the pullback have happened, that's the only time you take the buy, stop loss below for a continuation up. So that's the analysis for pound JPY. Let's get back to gold and see what gold is doing. Sorry about the noise, just focus on the chart, the analysis. So on gold, as we said, it's a simple analysis. All we are waiting for is for price to pull back to the support level, and this is where we'll be planning our buys. Our buys. We'll take this trade as a reversal. We are not trading against the trend. Price was bearish for a very long time, and price is getting back to a support level in the market. So all we are waiting for is for price to pull back deep, and once price gets to the level and we start identifying a rejection, we'll take the trade, stop loss below for a continuation up. We are taking this trade as a reversal. So that's the analysis for gold.
It's gone and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. Losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. It's cold and losing my control. It's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone.
So welcome back, traders. As I said, if you are just joining us, click on the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and drop your question in the live chats, and I'll respond to you as soon as possible. And if there's any pair you want me to analyze, go ahead and drop in the live chat. I'll see what I can do. Our network is a bit still trying to fix the issue. The network is a bit slower. So on USD JPY, we are currently close to a TP. So let's get back to gold. Let me share my view with you guys on gold. My connection is a little bit slower today. So if you are just joining us, based on the analysis on gold, this is what we expect. Price created a level. Price is not truly trending. Price was trending from here. Price was making higher high, higher lows. But once price gets to this level, price stagnated. Price is not really trending again. Price is just tapping the resistance level and the support level, resistance level, support level. So price is not trending currently, price is moving sideways. So based on our analysis, we said all we are waiting for is for price to come back to this support level here, because price is currently bearish. All we are waiting for is for price to come deep into the support, and once price gets here, we will scale down to the 1 hour to see the behavior of candles around that level. Once we start identifying weak rejection like this around the support level here, then we'll look for buying opportunity. We'll take the buy, stop loss below the level for a continuation back up. We are taking this trade as a reversal because price has respected this level using the previous informations, so we expect price to keep respecting the support. So that's why we're waiting for price to pull back before taking the buy. Remember, if price is ranging, it's a very tricky way to trade this trade. Don't take a trade in the middle of a range. It's a very important rule. Don't take a trade in the middle of a range, because price might do whatever it wants in the middle of the range, can go up or down, but your safe bet, your best opportunities are always going to come from key levels, either the support or the resistance level. So be patient enough and wait for your trade at the key level. Wait for price to pull back here before taking the trade. So that's my view on gold. So hope it was clear enough. So let's check on Euro USD. We are going to still come back to gold, but let's check on other pairs. Let's check on Euro USD. So on Euro USD, the trend is clearly down. Let's draw out our trend line so that you can clearly. The trend is clearly down. Price is bearish. Price has been respecting the trend line and not breaking above it. So that means the trend is down. We are still looking for selling opportunity on Euro USD. The way to trade this is you need to wait for price to come back close to the trend line. Let me draw out a level for you to work with. You need to wait for price to come back to some of this level. Once price gets to some of this level, this is where you sell the market, stop loss above for a continuation back down, because you want to be trading with the trend, not against it. If the trend is down, you are only looking for selling opportunity. So you sell once we have the pullback to the level close to the trend line. This is how your trade should look like on Euro USD. So wait for the pullback close to the trend line, sell here, stop loss above the trend line, because the logic behind the stop loss above the trend line is as long as price is trading below the trend line, the trend is still down, we are looking for sales. But once price break above the trend line, the trend has changed from being bearish, which is down, to now being bullish, which is up. So that's the logic behind the stop loss above the trend line. So that's the analysis for Euro USD. Let's check on US oil. We are still coming back to Bitcoin USD. Well, let's check on Bitcoin USD first before we get back to US oil. As I said, ignore the noise. Focus on the analysis. Focus on learning. Avoid the distractions. So we are currently on Bitcoin USD. As I said, we are only looking for, price is currently bearish, so the first thing is to identify market, the pullback to happen before taking the trade. So that's the analysis for Bitcoin USD. So wait for the pullback, deep pullback. You can take a trade here, but to get a higher probability tradable opportunity, always take your trade at key level. This should be your number one rule. If you have a trading plan, this should be your top. Always take your trades at key levels. It's very important because that's where your high probability tradable opportunity and your win rate increase dramatically, because you are taking your trade at key levels. Never take a trade in the middle, because your probability of winning decreases. So you should keep that rule, add it to your trading plan. So be patient enough, wait for price to pull back before taking any trade on Bitcoin USD. Any buys you take here, just make sure your stop loss is below. You can see the range of your stop loss is bigger, so why not wait and be patient enough to wait for price to pull back to the level, so that I can have a more smaller and safer stop loss placement. That's another reason why we take trade at key levels. So let's get back to gold before we make the analysis on US oil. Our network is a bit slower, sorry about that. We are still trying to work on it. Yeah, the network today is a little bit bad, or let me say it's very bad. Sorry about that. Still trying to work on that, but I made a promise to have this live stream today. I'm sorry the network is bad. So let's see. So we are still on gold. If you are joining us and you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. You can keep making this video, share to other people so that I can reach out to more people. So this is our gold chart, and this is what we are waiting for.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. I have come, it's cold and losing my control. The light is gone, the night has come, it's crazy now. The night is gone, and lonely dark. I wish that you could save me.
So this is the analysis for US oil. So let's start on by identifying where the market has been and where the market is going. So the trend was clearly trending down. Price was making a clean trend down. Price was trading below the trend line and not breaking above it. Price was trading below the trend line. Suddenly price broke above the trend line by this strong bullish candle. After the break above the trend line, the trend has officially changed. If price has been respecting the trend line and price broke above the trend line, the trend is officially changed. So once price broke above the trend line and the trend is now bullish, we are only looking for buying opportunity in the market. So we are also going to mark out that level that price have broke out of, which is this level here. So we can say that this is our support. You can say this is the support level. Price broke above the level, and once price break, we're only looking for buying opportunity in the market. So this is the last candle. We are going to isolate the last candle. We're going to isolate this last candle. We expect price to retest and continue up, or let's scale down. Let's use this level here. Let's use this level. Remember, it's an area, it's not a single line, so it's an area. So we expect price to pull back to the level. Let me illustrate that. We expect price to pull back for the retest before we get into the overall continuation up. So once price broke above, we expect price to pull back to retest this level, which is this level it has broken, and this is where we'll be taking the buys. Stop loss below for a continuation up. So if you scale down to the lower time frame, you see the behavior of candle around that level. You can see after the break, we expect a pullback, and we can see that this weak rejection was the retest. But the market has already pushed. We are not going to just jump into the buy. We'll still wait for price. We still need price to pull back so that we can have a more smaller and safer stop loss placement below. Because even though we expect price to continue bullish, we are not going to jump into the buy because the market have already pushed. Don't take your trades in a push phase. Never take your trades in a push phase, because as I always tell you guys, the market is always in three phases. We have the push phase, the pullback, then we have the continuation. At any point you find the market in this phase, the push phase, the pullback, and the continuation. Trades in the continuation, in this push phase, this is where you need to be taking your trades at the exhaustion, the pullback. So the market have already pushed. The market is in a push phase, which is this phase. So we expect price to pull back first so that we can have a more safer trade and a smaller stop loss. So wait for the pullback to happen. If the pullback don't happen, don't avoid taking the buy. You will lose that trade. So wait for the pullback. It's very important. You should also add this to your trading plan or your trading rules so that you avoid doing dumb shit in the markets. I've did it before. When I was first started out, I made all these mistakes. So trust me when I'm telling you all this. I've done it before. So let's get back to gold. So hope the network issue is resolved. So these are the charts for gold.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. Your light is gone, lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no